Hey, what's going on? It's Stokely from Sondole. I'm always, well, not always. I'm always talking bad about alcohol, right? And nothing's changed. Alcohol damages your kidneys, damages your liver. It's not really good. It's not really good for you. I don't know. Topically, it's good for killing germs. I'm pretty sure it kills your gut biome if it gets into your stomach. I'm pretty sure like germs don't really like alcohol, so I don't but I don't know about that. But the gut biome is very important to maintain. And I drink hot beverages, so maybe that's not even good for my gut biome either, because heat kills bacteria. But I don't know. I'm not drinking water at 212 Fahrenheit or 100 Celsius. But anyhow, I'm not condemning or judging anyone that wants to drink alcohol. I find that, people probably get introduced to drinking alcohol in a social setting and they believe that it's necessary, or it's a necessary part of that ritual. Certain things we just do off of ritual and just off of understanding that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is what is expected of me. And I guess that's why it's so important to set expectations for children and let them understand what their expectations, what is expected of them, so they work up to those standards. But I encountered an article about the Aboriginal people in Australia and what's going on there regarding alcohol is the government had banned, from my understanding, banned the sale of alcohol inside the Aborigine territories. And as of late, there's been a rise in violence in the Aboriginal territories. I don't know if they refer to them as territories like the Native American territories here, but I'm going to use the word territories because I'm ignorant. But there's been a rise in violence, and people are attributing it to the easing of the alcohol restrictions on the territories. So people who live on these territories are asking the government to reinstate the restrictions on alcohol on the Aboriginal territories in Australia. Of course, there's some detractors who are saying it's discriminatory, but the people in the territories, there's people in the territories who are also asking for this restriction. Now, I like to get political, but I'm not going to do that. But there's other instances, there's other locations in recent history where there's been war or conflict and the rise in alcoholism and drug use has risen at the conclusion of that war or conflict. So we know that there's a correlation between PTSD, there's a correlation between stress and drug abuse. I mean, everybody should know that by now, we've been talking about all forms of addiction in the news. Here on this podcast, we talk about self-medication and mental illness and drug use and things like that. You can look at the amount of soldiers that came back from Vietnam addicted to drugs, and that's when they had to come in with the morphine treatment centers and stuff like that. So it's like there's an understanding, the people who live in these territories live in some of the most rough conditions, similar to Native Americans in America. I mean, I don't really know the conditions on the Native American reservations in America, but I do understand that alcoholism is also a stressor, it's not, and I was talking on the other, on my previous post about, evolving with a certain kind of food, that certain people evolved while drinking milk. Some people didn't evolve while drinking milk. So some people don't really, when they drink it, their stomach can't digest it. That's my interpretation, right? I'm pretty sure it's backed up by something, But hey, let me not speculate. Let me not gear or whatever. Let me not push my opinion upon you. You gotta look into it. But I think European cultures have been making beer and wine and whiskey and rum and all these things for centuries. So, genetically they may be more maybe have a greater genetic disposition or understanding culturally of how it's supposed to be used, and it's used in a social setting or whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying that people in the Native American reservation aren't educated as to the proper way to use alcohol. I'm just saying is anyhow, that argument, that chain of thought is let's throw that in the garbage. At the end of the day, it's self-medication due to PTSD. It's self-medication due to stress. It's self-medication due to not being able to cope with their condition in a way that is healthy. Self-medication in response to being, I guess, uprooted from your indigenous culture, which has developed ways to manage your stress, developed ways to assist you with life, ways that you already, that you're because even though many of us are assimilated into one culture that we would think, one nation, we're all, well, depending on where you live, you're really, you're a citizen of that nation, you're a resident of that nation, whatever you want to call it. And you're pretty much assimilated into whatever the culture of that nation is. So you're doing what everybody else is doing for the most part. You're doing what everybody else is doing. So you're like everybody else, but you're really not. If you're coming from a subculture. I'm trying to clean up my car and drive at the same time. So that's a bad idea because I told you I just had an accident the other day. So, I'm an idiot, right? No, that's a bad word. Let's not say negative things about ourselves. Let's not do that. It's not even in a joking manner, they say. Not even joking, you should say anything negative about yourself. And I'm gonna go off tangent, but let me just finish this idea. So what I'm saying is that the Native American cultures and the indigenous Aborigine of Australia are being plagued by alcoholism due to PTSD. Now, alcohol, it doesn't do anything good for you. And what I really brought it up because is, alcohol is a downer. A lady at a liquor store told me that. A lady that works for a distributor at a liquor store told me that alcohol is a downer. The only alcohol that's an upper, supposedly, is tequila. But, I don't know how much that's I guess that's anecdotal information. But the fact that it makes you depressed, that's empirical fact. So the people that live in the community, in the territory, that are asking for the laws to be more restrictive are saying that the alcohol is causing an increase in crime. And they're experiencing it. So why wouldn't we believe them? Why wouldn't we believe what they're saying? Why wouldn't we believe that alcohol is associated with increased levels of violence, anger, depression? You know? Why wouldn't we believe that? Who is that? So, yeah. So let's probably try to stay away from it. You know, not only because it damages your kidneys, not only because it makes you violent. I mean, what else? What's another reason? It's not cheap. It's not cheap either, right? So, you know, that's my take on it. That's my opinion on it. You know, it is a social bonding kind of thing, but I mean, can we find another way to bond socially? I mean, at the same time, is there a safe consumable level where we can still enjoy the whole bonding experience and the whole ritual? I mean, which one do we, you know, are we holding on to rituals because, hey, that is just what we do. It's just what we do. You know, I'm not condemning it or anything like that, but there's some things that we do which just say, oh, well, you know, that's what we do. That's what we do over here. We're cannibals, you know, not condemning cannibals. It's just what we do over here. We I don't know. We do circumcisions. We do female genital mutilation. It's just what we do here. It's just the culture. It's just what we do. I mean, the empirical data, the studies, the research is showing you that this thing that you're doing, whatever you're doing, is not. It's a net negative. Oh my goodness. These cats are scaring me. They think that the guy who used to feed them has a silver car, so they think that I'm the one who's gonna feed them. As a result, they're running up to my car. You know, I made a concerted effort to get away from this little one named Callie, but she insisted to run after my car, almost running under my back wheel. But she's okay. Nothing happened. What do I do with this? Yeah, I gotta clean up my car because you know what? I decided that I'm gonna do some Uber lunch deliveries because right now I need to reach out my hand and help myself financially. See what I can do. Maybe it'll work, maybe it doesn't work, but hey, it's worth a try. It was pretty easy setting it up. Very easy to set up. Well, yeah, very easy to set up. Oh, I have one here. Very easy to set up. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to go anywhere, and then it's just so easy. So one thing I want to do is make sure that my car is clean. But you know, I don't really have time to do anything. So I took this time to not only talk to you, but to also clean up my vehicle a little bit. I wanted to try to do a trip today. But I got up late. And then I was there spinning around. Had a few things to do in the house. And then I ended up leaving too late, where now I'm late for work and I just gotta fly into the building. Because where I am, I decided I'm gonna become not only a user of Dunkin' Donuts, but a seller of Dunkin' Donuts. So, I don't know if I shared with you my struggles regarding my spending and my ritualistic habit of buying Dunkin' Donuts, which I haven't done for a little while now. Probably about a month or so now. And I decided I'm gonna become a drug dealer instead of a drug user. I'm gonna become a pusher of Dunkin' Donuts rather than a consumer of it, at least for some time, until I can figure out what's going on financially. So, hey, thanks for listening. You guys stay up, man. I've been progressively trying to clean my car, actually. I didn't just start today, but it's a very long process because I got so much stuff in here. My car is like my office. You know what, my throat is getting a little scratchy too. So hey, thanks for listening.